not even the original man in China. Family, get on them crackers.
Did you know, contrary to popular belief, that black people cannot be racist?
You want freedom? You're going to have to kill some crackers. You're going to have to kill some of their babies.
Hey, you fucking crackers, you got a lot to fucking pay for, man. Yep. All right, you got a whole lot to pay for, and we can't wait to see it, man.
Let us get our act together. It's time to wake up, clean up, and stand up. Black power? Black power! Black power? I damn it, I said black power!
Pack of wood.
Black power!
Pack of wood.
Black power!
That's wrong.
If the black woman runs to the white man, kill the cracker. Doubt that the original peoples of the land was African, that they were black, and that the mixture that these crackers want to attribute, the little slant-eyed motherfucker, he not even the original man in China. Family, get on them crackers. Get on them Orientals. What the fuck? I mean, goddamn it, get on these motherfuckers. Y'all supposed to be assassinating their ass. Goddamn it, where all the goddamn Hebrew Israelites? Where all these motherfuckers at now when this peck of wood come out here spitting on?
We can't wait for the Heavenly Father to give us that power to fuck this shit up. And the Lord is going to give us that power. All right?
Yeah, but you know what? Well, listen to this real good. All you white people are going into slavery. All right?
Listen up, white man. Listen up, white woman. When God gives me the power, I'm going to make you get on your knees. After I put some chains around your neck, and I'm going to make you lick the dust off my boots. And I'm going to tell you, white man, I am now your master.
Spiritual death. Somehow this madness must cease. We must stop now. I speak as one who loves America. To the leaders of our own nation, the great initiative in this war is ours. The initiative to stop it must be ours.
Shannon Christen and Christopher Newsom were in the wrong place at a deadly time. The couple were en route to watch a movie at a friend's apartment in this complex in January. Knoxville police believe they were carjacked, kidnapped, and taken to this house. Were raped repeatedly. 21-year-old Shannon, a university student, had cleaning fluid sprayed in her mouth. She apparently suffocated after being stuffed into a trash can inside the house. Christopher Newsom, 23 years old, was shot, his body set on fire and dumped by the railroad tracks.
That this happens all too often. 4 teenagers under arrest in connection with this brutal beating on a Milwaukee bus. A 5th suspect still being sought, and authorities say the attackers and the victim are all enrolled at an alternative school for students with behavior problems. But they say the students from the school have been involved in dozens, if you can believe it, of similar bus fights this year. The victim, thankfully, of this attack is expected to recover.
Oh, boy. All right, well, the interstate that comes in...
A fingerprint found in the victim's car a few days after the murders led to arrests. 3 African-American men and 1 woman were charged with murder in connection with the killings. Another man is charged as an accessory.
A teenager says he was attacked, burned, and beaten for hours in West Seattle.
Good evening. The boy was left so bloodied and bruised, he wound up in the hospital.
Now, as police look into this possible hate crime, the 15-year-old talks for the first time about the attack. Shamari Stone has tonight's KOMO 4 exclusive. Shamari?
Well, that's right. The teen is breaking his silence. This is a downright sickening story. He says a black man, possible Pacific Islander, asked him for a cigarette lighter. He says, okay, walks on over. All of a sudden, he says they grab him, punch him several times, slam him on the sidewalk right here, and then dragged him right over through this area, knocking him on the ground, mushing his face in the ground, then taking cigarettes and burning his neck just like this. He says they did this because he's white. The photos are so shocking he cringes when he sees them.
It gives me shaken up every time I see it because it's just I don't know, I just get bad vibes overall from seeing those pictures.
In an exclusive interview, 16-year-old Shane McClellan can now sit back, play video games, and share his story after being released from a hospital. He says 2 men viciously attacked him in West Seattle because he's white. Tell us about how your race played a role in this.
I don't know, they kept trying to bring up, when I'd ask why I'm doing it, they just because you're white, you know, and then they started bringing up past, like, slavery, being like, white people did this.
The trouble started when he was walking home from a friend's house around 2 o'clock in the morning.
They're like, oh, white boy, you know, what are you doing? You can't hang out this late. What are you doing around here? You know, you can't, you're like, what do you, white boy has no belonging being out here at 2 a.m.
And torturing him for hours in the bushes, stripping off his belt, whipping his back, taking turns, burning his neck with cigarettes, and pointing a gun at his head in retaliation for black slavery.
This is for what your people did to our people while they were like whipping me with my belt, my studded belt.
Shane lost consciousness and his attackers were gone when he woke up. A good Samaritan helped him. Police are investigating. In the meantime, Shane hopes officers catch and charge the suspects with a hate crime.
Because they targeted me for being white, and they made it very clear that that was why they were assaulting me.
Was a black-on-white hate crime or just a random case of violence?
Marty Marshall relives the horrifying night he was viciously attacked. Marty and his family had just left Firestone Park after watching fireworks on June 27th. They made it to a friend's home on Girard Street. That's when Marty says 30 to 50 black kids between the ages of 9 and 18 turned violent out of the blue.
They just came up behind us and they just jumped on us and started beating people up.
Marty tried to help a friend who got hit in the back of the head.
Next thing you know, I had 10 kids around on me, kicking me in the head, hit me in the back of the head.
All I could think was just don't let them die, you know?
15-year-old Rachel Hobson pulled one of the attackers off her father. Then she, too, was knocked to the ground and got a bloody lip. Rachel remains horrified.
I'm scared to sleep. I'm scared to talk to anybody, be close to anybody, because it's just that fear.
Stunned by what she witnessed, Yvonne Marshall tossed her 14-year-old son into some bushes to protect him.
We homeschool our children because of the violence that was going on in schools to keep them safe, and now this.
They're still out there, so everybody out there, they need to watch out.
A brutal beating. It took place on a Baltimore City bus. They say the attack by 9 black teens on a white woman may constitute a hate crime. The woman's male friend and 2 other people were also assaulted, but not as severely. A third passenger and the bus operator intervened in the attack and may have saved the woman's life.
Out of nowhere, I saw a swing come at me. I felt kicks, punches, stabs, everything. Like I said, when they did this is when I started screaming. I could literally feel something crack in my eye. I was bleeding profusely from my nose. Blood was coming out of my eye, and blood was coming off my head. I have bruised ribs. I have shoe prints on my back.
Well, 3 people now face charges following a frightening flash mob incident on South Street this weekend. Police are looking into 4 separate assaults stemming from that episode, one of which involved a police officer. Eyewitness News reporter Walt Hunter joins us live from South Street with the latest on that now. Walt.
Well, Chris, despite efforts by the police commissioner, the mayor, even the governor, flash mobs continue to plague Center City streets. For the 5th time since May, a flash mob struck Saturday night right here on South Street. For those caught up in the mob, victimized by it, including workers at this pizza shop, it was a terrifying experience. Wounds on his face and hands, frightening reminders for Seth Kaufman how he was brutally beaten Saturday night as a flash mob filled South Street, some trying to force their way into the pizza shop where he works.
40 to 50 punches I took, 20 kicks. Basically, I was punching back as best I could.
As police moved the crowd west at 15th and South, a 27-year-old woman brutally attacked after being surrounded by scores of people.